Hello, everyone. Oh, it's a bit loud. Hello, everyone. How are you? Well, let's begin this session and welcome to this pitch session. I am Rebecca Svej and I will be the master of ceremony for this afternoon. I'm definitely thrilled to be here because I really believe in the power of community to drive positive change in the world. And that's also why I created my own community, which is called Gals for Change, where we empower women entrepreneurs to entrepreneurial solitude and the imposter syndrome to boost their self-confidence, their well-being, and their impact on the world. So I'm super happy to be here and to contribute to drive change. Aren't you happy to be here as well? Okay, I can feel your enthusiasm. So let's continue to share this enthusiasm by welcoming this new topic today, which is about circular economy. We want to do less, we want to do better, we want to do longer. Circular economy consists in preserving and regenerating our resources by reducing waste. We really need a new and better management for our resources. That's why we need the project that we're going to discover in a few seconds. Let's get ready for pitching. But first, let's welcome the people that are in partner with this session. I'm talking about Going Green Media. Please welcome Ben Brown and Shara Doyle. We need a second mic, if possible. We're good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ben Brown, and this is my co-founder, Kira Doyle. And we're filmmakers, and we focus on filming solutions for our planet, so exactly what we're here to see today. It started about 5 years ago. I was studying architecture at the time, and my teachers weren't really interested in sustainability, which I thought was crazy, because that's kind of where the future is going. They were interested in steel and concrete structures that were very wasteful. And so I thought, what best to do is to go and find some of the projects that are actually doing it right. So I went to Singapore, I went to Copenhagen, I saw some amazing Scandinavian design out there, and then I met Kira in 2020, and I'll let you explain what happened from there.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much to ChangeNOW for having us. So when I met Ben, we decided that there were so many wonderful stories to tell in the world of sustainability, revolutionizing every sector, and especially circular economy. This is one topic that is very close to our hearts. We believe that there are so many incredible solutions out there, but there are not enough people talking about them. So that's what we aim to do at our company, Going Green Media. And today, especially, we are super excited because we can't wait to see how the solutions aren't only stopping waste at the source, but they're also creating new opportunities for the waste that already exists on this planet. So thank you so much for having us, and we can't wait to see and hear your pitches.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben and Sierra. And before we discover the first pictures over there, let's get to know our members of the jury. Please let us know who you are, and you have around 20 seconds each. Okay. Challenge accepted?
I just went, but basically I am a filmmaker that focuses on highlighting solutions for our planet. I studied architecture, and that's where my design background is, but I am obsessed with finding ways to reduce waste, and in nature there is no waste, so I'm hoping to see that the solutions do that today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm working for EIT Manufacturing, the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We support startups in manufacturing, and we help them connect to the corporates and work together. Thank you.
Thank you. The camera is over there, so you can stay put. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. I'm Natalie Ray. I work in an entity called The Future is Neutral, who are dealing with circular economy within automotive sectors. The idea is to make a new car with old car and a circular approach. And I'm in charge of an innovation hub.
Thank you and welcome.
Hello, my name is Sonia Artignan. I am the CEO of Fine Climate, which is an innovation hub dedicated to scaling up industrial startups in France. And I'm also the chairman of Ecosystem, who is an eco-organism focusing on recycling batteries and electronic products.
Welcome to you too.
Hi everyone, I'm Sahbi Arfewi. I'm project manager at the Caisse de dépôt et consignation in Tunisia. I work with entrepreneurship programs, especially financed by the Agence Française de Développement, to support startups, especially with SSOs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Sarah Lasnowski, a senior associate at AFI Ventures. AFI Venture, we invest in pre-seed seed impact startups.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Clara. I'm from Alter Equity. Alter Equity is an impact fund which is invested tickets between 4 and 8 million euros in companies who generate positive impact, either environmental or social.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Jamie Rolls. I work with a fund called Regeneration. We're an early stage environmental investor focused on circular and regenerative technology companies.
Nice to have you all here. Thank you very much. Are you ready to discover the first 5 features? What about you in the audience? Okay, they're getting ready. So let's discover the first 5 features, and then we'll have a Q&A session, so get ready. The first feature is BioDIF. Let's welcome Belfou Bercol. Go, go, go.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Belfou from BioDIF, and I want to take you back to a small but ordinary moment, one that sparked everything. I was in our kitchen watching my mom peel pumpkins, and she just threw away the shells, like we all do. But something in me kept asking, why do we discard the part that actually protects? That moment started a journey from discarded shells to revolutionary materials. I'm Belfou, and this is BioDIF. From pumpkin shells, home kitchens, to sustainable cities, how is that possible? The biomimicry cycle. Nature never wastes, it adapts, evolves, and solves. At BioDIF, we ask, what if our materials did this? Through biomimicry, we observe how nature solves challenges. We emulate those strategies by using waste, and we innovate materials that are strong, sustainable, and scalable. What began as a single experiment turned into a whole platform these days. BioDIF now develops materials across multiple industries, from pumpkins to pharmaceutical drug capsules, from demolition waste to green concrete, and also spent coffee grounds to design. Today, I'll mostly focus on one of our solutions. But first, let me ask you, everyone, something. How many of you have passed through some kind of a concrete on your way here? Almost everyone. Roads, buildings, sidewalks, it's everywhere. Quiet, gray, permanent. And yet, it causes 8% of the global CO2 emissions, while half of it ends up in landfills because of construction debris. And surprisingly, almost 2% of annual food waste is caused only by pumpkin shells, which are not purposed in any business yet. So a pumpkin is almost 10 to 30 kilograms, which 10% is the shell. And we made a biodegradable, edible, and compostable bioplastic from these pumpkin shells. From a kitchen experiment to scalable materials. We developed green concrete with Turkey's one of top universities using fly ash, pebbles, and pumpkin bioplastic-covered seeds in the concrete itself to create these eco-towers from green concrete, reducing emissions by 70%. So concrete reimagined. And market is not just ready, it's demanding for change. Green construction, $600 billion by 2030. Sustainable packaging, 400. Circular interiors, booming. BioDIF stands right at the center. Affordable, scalable, and climate resilient. We're already building momentum. Our pumpkin bioplastic is manufacturing ready. Green concrete is industry validated with past and lab field tests. Rejava, our latest material, transforms spent coffee grounds into sleek, fire-resistant tabletops, now in real cafes. So waste in, wonder out. I'm a bioengineer and a social innovator. BioDIF is where I merge my worlds, rigor with rebellion, science with story, because today, sustainability isn't just a duty, it's an opportunity to design our futures. So join us if you're interested. QR code just in case. That's the last slide.
Pardon? Well, can you add the QR code on the last slide, please? And thank you, Belfou.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for a great pitch and great project. You can give it to the next one. Yeah, so after BioDIF, let's welcome BioHalo by Nicola Krink. Nicola, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Nicholas from BioHalo, the biohalogenation company. Our mission is to transform the traditional fluorochemical industry with a bio-based one. So, where is fluorine mostly used? Well, I think all of us know the forever chemicals. We're talking here about a market that is 25 billion euros in the annual market size and continues growing. We know in the EU alone 20,000 contamination sites. And the annual health-related cost is estimated in the European Economic Area to be 50 billion euros. But come on, don't blame it on the fluorine, right? It's an amazing element that adds superpowers to materials. It makes them chemical resistant, heat tolerant, moisture repellent, and even allows electrical insulation. So in a nutshell, it keeps our modern world working and holds them together. So it's imminent. The world needs PFAS replacements. And we do so by engineering microorganisms, so doing something that nature doesn't usually do, incorporating fluorine or fluorinated precursors into the metabolism and producing smart biofluorinated polymers or biofluorinated platform chemicals that can be used as precursors. Having products that exhibit similar properties to PFAS without being forever chemicals, so they remain biodegradable. Every revolution that we are starting here needs to have a beginning, and our beachhead mark for this revolution is the film and coating industry, as we can have a gigantic impact there. BioHalo is in the middle of the value chain. We are capable of creating novel polymers and monomers for the film and coating industry using proprietary patented technology. And I talked a lot about what we are going to do. So we already closed our pre-seed round by the prestigious Bioinnovation Institute in Denmark, where we did proof of concept and strain engineering. And we are approaching our seed round towards the end of the year to have more upscaling and prototyping of our products. I talked so much about we and who we are, actually. So we are this ambitious team that goes above and beyond to really push forward this technology to make an impact and to revolutionize and change now the fluorochemical industry. Thanks so much for your attention, and I hope that you will join us in this journey and help us to make this revolution happening.
Thank you, Nicholas, and congrats on your projects. The third one is coming. Let's welcome Circular Rubber Platform. It's time for Jan Boomsma to perform.
Good morning. What if the rubber industry could be as circular as nature? The waste is used to make new. I will be talking about silicon rubber waste today, our project. Silicon rubber is used everywhere. In your car when you're coming to the work, in your office windows, when you're at the work, and when you come home, you use silicon rubber to feed your child and to cook your dinner. So, silicon rubber is fantastic. It's helping the sustainable industry by use in our electric cars and heat pumps. Basically, it's so fantastic, we make 3 billion kilos of it each year. The problem with silicon rubber is that it has a carbon footprint of 6 to 7 kilos per kilo CO2 per kilo product. And we can lower that problem, that demand. We can lower the demand and the carbon footprint by recycling. So there are recyclers available, but they require large amounts of silicon. And we create a tool to collect all the smaller amounts of silicon. To give an example of how this works, we started a small experiment with only 650 kilos of silicon per month. And if you calculate, this will lead to a mesmerizing carbon footprint of 51,000 kilos CO2. And we can all here take the airplane home and not even reach half that number. So this is really necessary. And that is done with only a very small project to try. So we need to get bigger amounts of volume, silicon rubber waste. So how do we do that? We create a map to create an ingenious way of collecting all the smaller amounts of rubber waste and bring it to the recyclers in large quantities. It's a very pragmatic, easy realizable or quickly realizable and necessary solution. So, time for action. With Circular Rubber Platform, we have a very big network where we can do this with, and we have a lot of knowledge. We need money to start the project and to pay the person that is actually doing it. Okay, thank you. Together we make the circular rubber industry as circular as nature. That's basically where we started, so I wanted to finish there as well.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
I mean, Jan, thank you so much. Thank you. And let's continue with FixFirst. Let's welcome Sebastian Dose.
Hi. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Sebastian. I'm one of the founders at FixFirst. And a couple of years ago, I found myself fixing washing machines, fixing items, helping out in the business of my father, who actually wants an electrical installation and repair business. And I made an experience that many of you already made, that is really difficult for customers, but it's also very difficult for repair companies to make a profit out of it. And if you're a brand who wants to offer repairs, it's not really scalable, and often you don't have a really big incentive to actually do that. What I didn't know is that the impact that if you just have this idea that every product, just look around, would be fixed once in its lifetime, it has insane emission potential, and that's actually a nice business case. And it will now be mandatory to actually do that. So there's a lot of regulation, the Right to Repair, Eco-Design Directive. So everyone, including us, will get support, including repair voucher programs or different from cities and the government. Repairers will need to change their operations and digitize. And also a $1 trillion industry needs to comply with the new Right to Repair compliance tools. So we as a team believe now it's definitely time to end the throwaway build and making repair and circularity easy. We are now a pretty tech-driven team and about to raise a funding round where we want to scale marketing, sales, and operations. And there's some amazing mentors as well. And we all believe that basically it's 3 things that are needed to really change the system. 1, we want everyone to offer repair to their customer and target group in an easy and scalable way. That's why we built a platform as a service model that can be used by brands, manufacturers, retailers, insurers, and also even cities. By a push of the button, it's white label. We also offer operation support. We have AI tools included there, from phone AI solutions or AI chats, anything that helps make the repair experience as easy as possible. The other part is needs to be scalable and profitable for repair companies. So we built a workflow solution, and that's where we're coming from, that helps repair companies do anything from when you say, hey, I want my washing machine fixed, to creating a cost estimate, planning, scheduling technicians, ultimately the invoice, and more. So we make the repair process a lot more efficient. And it's need to be a lot more scalable so everyone can integrate it in their existing solutions. We have own APIs and are even developing a new industry standard in Germany that's going to change how the diagnosis and repair process itself is being done so it can be more circular. We started a while ago, and this is a case study for a repair company that shows you how much efficiency can be gained. We're working with a few different brands. And just this month, we actually launched the first UK repair voucher program. So yes, you're going to get money to fix your electronics, and everything is going to be processed through our platform. They have the idea of the Austrian model in place, which would mean that every year there will be processed about 700 million in repair volume through the platform as well. The best thing is super modular, so even if someone has an existing system, we can stitch in all our different tools in your existing IT infrastructure. Minix is very easy to adopt as well. And we take both SaaS fee, but also transaction fee for the platform as a service model as well. And that's already it. So we have a booth over here. If you want to chat, please come by. If not, do it digitally. And we're going to launch a solution for businesses so you can also make repair an employee benefit.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you so much. Last speaker before our Q&A session, Let's welcome Martin Noguera for Humara. Can applause, yeah, give him some energy.
Hello everyone, my name is Martin. I'm co-founder of Humara. We are building the digital stack from the waste management sector need to scale, starting by design. In the last 12 months, we helped companies to design over 80 waste treatment facilities around Europe and also Latin America. Design over 60,000 engineering hours and of CO2. By what is matter? Because by 2050, we will need 3 planets to sustain our way of life. Today, we just recover less than 9% of the materials. To meet the climate goals, it's required to build 6 times more European treatment plants and 10 times globally. This is the solution. Make a plant is a manual process with huge Excel spreadsheet, outdated data tools, weeks of repetitive works. Our engineers get stuck in operation, and the tenders are losing technical quality. For this reason, we create Humara Design, a SaaS platform that helps the teams design in hours instead of weeks. Can simulate multiple scenarios, generate a smart layout, and get all the technical documentation in just 1 click. This is not a niche market. It's a value of $3 million, growing 7% every single year. Our customers are waste integrators, engineering companies, construction companies, and also public institutions. And the design is just the beginning. Now we are creating Humara Operate, a digital twin platform that helps plant operators disconnect real-time data and SCADA system to get predictive insights and smart data-driven decisions. From design to operate, Humara is becoming the to-go digital stack from the waste management. Our team has more than a decade of experience designing, building, and operating some of the largest capacity plants in Europe. Laura and I bring the field expertise, and Vitor, our CTO, has more than 12 years experience building teams in the deep tech sector. Why now? Because regulation is moving fast, investments are growing, but infrastructure is not being preferred to build fast enough. We need to unlock execution, and that's exactly where Humara delivers. We are helping to design the infrastructure that will make circular real, smart, faster, and a global scale. Please, join us. No time to waste.
Yay. No time to waste. For the Q&A session, you can stay here with me, and we're going to welcome all the other projects. Come with us, BioDIF, BioHalo, Circular Rubber Platform, FixFirst, and Humara already here.
Exactly.
Okay, so can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's begin this. Thank you very much. Okay, a lot of suspense for this Q&A session, right? So we're going to have 8 minutes. Dear jury members, please make sure that each pitcher gets at least 1 question each, and of course share the mic with one another. Who would like to begin? Yeah, let's go.
So, question for Humana, what is your most urgent need to scale? Your most urgent need to scale? What do you need to...
We need to grow in sales. Actually, we have companies, but we need to internalize our customers. We are really focused right now in Europe, but we want to scale to US and Latin America also.
Thank you very much.
Hi, this is a question for BioDIF. I was just wondering, how permeable is the pumpkin material for concrete?
So the pumpkin material is only on the outer skin of the seeds because we put the seeds into the mixture before the concrete becomes solid, which is like an exothermic and really chemically active process. So the pumpkin bioplastic helps the seed to survive that process, and afterwards with the when you have enough hydration there, it becomes, as it's really soluble in water and also hydrophilic, it gets that hydration and helps the seed to sprout.
Thank you for your answer.
Hello. Question for BioHalo. I would like to better understand what kind of feedstock you are using and how you make sure you secure enough quantity to support your scale-up.
Yeah, no, very good question. So sodium fluoride is actually a waste material and waste product from, for example, the peak reaction, but also something that can be basically mined outside in the field. So it's one of the salts where, elemental fluorine is bound to usually. So this is a commodity chemical that can be mined and then used as a feedstock in our process. The carbon for the polymer comes actually from acetate, and acetate is really an amazing feedstock because we can theoretically produce it electrochemically. So we can use solar power and CO2 to produce acetate, and our lovely bug loves acetate to be used like we like sugars, they like acetate. So we have overall a quite CO2 efficient process when acetate is produced electrochemically. Currently, when we are using the feedstocks that we can buy by the chemical industry, we have around about 60% reduction of CO2 emissions compared to traditional PFAS in our processes.
Thank you very much.
A question for Robert. Do you have a solution to make the measure of your impact of your solution?
Sorry, I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Do you have? It's okay. Okay. Do you have tools to measure the impact of your solution for your customers?
Yes, well, it's not really a tool. The LCA data of the production of silicon rubber is known, so that's the number 6.5 kilos CO2 equivalent per kilo product. And recycling, it depends on the recycling technology, but one of the recycling technologies we are currently using has a reduction up to 97% to create the new rubber. So yeah, the impact is huge. It's close to 100%. So that's why I mentioned 51,000 kilos of CO2 is reached with only this small project. Is that a good answer? Okay.
Question for FixFirst. How do you measure the environmental impact of your solution, your product, and how do you ensure that your solution becomes the preferred option?
Sorry, could you repeat the last part of the question?
Okay. How do you measure the environmental impact of your product, and how do you ensure that your products become the preferred option?
Let me start with the first. So in terms of impact, there's 3 different layers. So one is the reducing friction barriers. So we know that about 62% of customers don't repair because of a lot of the obstacles. Those being cost, inconvenience, no pickup and delivery options, or no repair options closely available. A lot of those can be removed just by providing like the same experience that we are used to from Amazon or like any other like e-commerce brand pretty much. That's what we're doing with the platform part. The second part is just to enable repairers with the same capacity to do more repairs. So that's the second layer. And the third is really about connecting different repairers and also enable things like secondhand spare parts or parts harvesting. So we can really tackle the, if you look in your repair invoice, the service layer, just to make that efficient, but also the parts layer to really drive down cost ultimately. So, and all those 3 lead to just doing more repairs in the end, and potentially even more products that could be repaired that are not being repaired at the moment.
Thank you. 2 more minutes.
Yes, question for fix and repair. How do you secure? How do you manage to not for the brands and the repairers to stay on your platform and to not just have the link between themselves after like one fixing or one repairs?
Yeah, between the so how do we avoid that? I think on the one hand side is we even provide the repairers to brands, and from them the need is often just to say, okay, I want a digital solution to manage that better. So in the end, like even if they would say, I put an extreme a little bit here, but like even if they would say, hey, we're switching to the brands, we would still have a solution for the brand to manage those operations better, right? So it's two things. On one side, it's like the matchmaking, but the other one is also to give the brands a solution to manage the whole service partner network of thousands or hundreds of thousands repair partners that help them gather the data to be compliant with the right to repair and those kind of things. And yeah, I think in the end, it's just building a solution that helps your customers and making sure that they stick.
Maybe a question for Humara. Have you managed to calculate the financial return for your customer by using your solution?
Excuse me?
Do you have calculated the financial return which is possible for your customer by using your solution?
To find the
financial return.
Listen.
Return on investment?
Yeah.
Do you have calculated for your customer?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, they are saving 80% of their time of their workers. This means the engineer that is 40,000 euros per year is the 80% saving. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll keep that. Thank you very much to all the pictures and all your questions. I think we can upload the pictures because it's not an easy exercise to practice. Congratulations on your projects. And you can join the other ones over there. Thank you very, very much. We're going to start the second part of this pitch session on circular economy. And let's welcome the first project to pitch, Maximum. Armand Bernoux, your turn to shine.
Hello. I'm Armand Bernoux. I'm the co-founder of Maximum. Maximum is a design studio that works for 10 years now in circular economy applied to furniture and interior design market. For example, the chairs you are sitting are from us. But today I'm here to present you our material. Sorry. A material that we create, which is called Tithium. Tithium is a rigid panel that have exactly the same characteristic than wood or MDF panel. And but the thing with Tithium is that is made 100% with waste. So which waste? 60% of this material are made with textile waste. And as a binder, in 30% of the material, we use powder paint waste. I will explain you which kind of waste is it. Textile waste is a big matter. Even only in France, you have more than 500,000 tons each year of textile that are throwing away with fast fashion and stuff. So it's one of the biggest matter in the waste economy. Plastic powder, paint powder, powder of paint are we use paint powder in industry to paint metallic pieces like cars or furnitures, and each metallic pieces which are painted in the industry are almost all painted with paint that is in powder. And this process is generating a lot of waste. Only in France, you have 27,000 tons of this waste per year. So we use it as a binder. And this is a great innovation of our material, is that to make a rigid panel with textile, you need a binder, and as we use it as waste, the material is perfectly ecological and very cheap. So we are very competitive in the market. So we are opening in Ivry-sur-Seine a factory that can recycling more than 2,000 tons a year. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah. So just to finish, to open the factory, we have already 2 million of subvention by the state, and we need 1.5 million on equity. Sorry about that.
Yes, thank you so much. You can go over there. Thank you, Martin. 3 minutes is really short to pitch your own project. The people who have a project know what I'm talking about, right? Can you raise your hand if you have a project? Yeah, I can see people in the audience, right. So let's welcome the next one. Let's welcome Mycocycle, Joan Rodriguez. Go, Joan. Go, Joan. Go, Joan.
Hi, I'm Joanne Rodriguez, the founder and CEO of Mycocycle. We train mushrooms to eat trash and create renewable bio-based alternative to petrochemicals. We've developed a biomanufacturing platform that will allow us to upcycle waste from the built environment to create new biopolymer plastics to compete with petrochemicals. We're operating in the built environment space because 11% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions come from those materials. From extraction to disposal, they present human and environmental risk. And up until now, there's been no way to sustainably upcycle them and repurpose them for higher value. At Mycocycle, we've developed a biomanufacturing platform that can do just that. We can upcycle these materials into durable ingredients that can be used into new form of plastic polymers that can be sold to contractors, to manufacturers, to compounders, extending into consumer products, building materials for full circularity, as well as automotive and textiles. Through our platform, we're transforming materials like carpet, rubber, insulation, and roof tiles to create new, higher value uses. Our ingredients get the benefit of nature, and by partnering with filamentous fungi, we are able to adopt their natural biopolymer known as chitin. So not only does that improve our product, it enhances the products that we go into. So we're able to replace things like high-density polyethylene, polypropylene, and reduce the need to extract those virgin resources. Our team has decades of experience in construction materials, as well as biochemistry, green chemistry, and circular economy. Our IP-based platform will accelerate us not only through the built environment sector, but allow us to expand into other products like CPG and textile on the waste treatment side, and continue to open the loops of opportunity within our circular bioeconomy. Our customers are global. We have multi-million-dollar contracts with key people like Tarkett, Armstrong, and Continental. They're propelling us to 10x year-over-year growth. So by 2029, we'll be manufacturing over 150 million pounds of materials annually while reducing the CO2 emissions on the low end of 1.4 million tons. At Mycocycle, there's no waste in nature. We believe that there's a future that we can imagine no waste. We hope that you'll join us on our mission. We're going to solve this problem one mushroom at a time. We do have an open Series A, so I hope that you'll come talk to us at our booth over in the circular economy.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Joan. You can go over here. It's time to welcome the new project, New from Dylan Roman. Yes, Dylan.
Hello, my name is Dylan. I'm the founder and CEO of New, where we stand for circular critical minerals. Every year we generate over 50 million tons of electronic waste, and it contains critical minerals which are scarce. Today we only recycle less than 20% of it, and we thereby lose over 60 billion worth in critical metals. So this has to change now. But here's the catch. the bottleneck isn't really infrastructure or policy, it's the lack of data. Today, the companies, large manufacturers as well as recyclers, lack the digital tools to trace materials, identify the value in them, and unlock the value of their own material streams. So our solution is an intelligence layer for the circular economy of the secondary critical minerals. Back in 2020, the United Nations commissioned me and my team to identify business models that would allow for a clean and fair supply of critical metals. Today, the largest e-waste refineries worldwide trust our solution. So how does it work? In a double-sided, demand-driven market with huge information asymmetries, we have large e-waste generators on one hand and technology companies on the other. We connect the large e-waste generators with the dismantling plants and aggregators through an ESG scheme. We then enable these plants with our AI sorting technology and connect the sorted material streams with the refineries that can really extract lithium, cobalt, gold, and platinum out of these components. With the information that we generate along the value chain, we can give full transparency of where these materials are coming from. The benefits are substantial: 100% traceability for critical metals, shorter payment cycles, and an increased productivity at the machine-human interaction. Our computer vision technology allows for the early identification of precious metal value in the most heterogeneous components. This promotes quality control and ensures quality. We're already working with electric vehicle manufacturers in Mexico, digitizing over 500 tons of lithium-ion batteries. Our vision is to turn waste into infrastructure, building the data backbone for the circular manufacturing across continents. We're here to create partnerships, and we are looking for investors and media allies and pilot opportunities. NGOs is already proving that data can turn waste into value, and we would be happy to connect with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan. You did it. You can go that way. Okay, let's now welcome Lucky Milk with Laetitia Tardif. Good luck, Laetitia.
Hi. Do you know that in a year, in France alone, over 384 million liters of milk are wasted? Not because it's spoiled, but because it doesn't meet food standards. Mostly because it contains traces of antibiotics. This milk is dumped while dairy farms are shutting down and producers can't make a living. At Lucky Milk, we saw an opportunity where others saw a waste. We collect this milk and turn it into a high-value casein powder for industrial use, like textile, bioplastics, and cosmetics. We bring a new source of income for producers and processors, while ensuring the supply of industrial companies. And to ensure this supply, we can use other kinds of milk, such as the colostrum, the milk containing a high level of somatic cells, and the downgraded milk from organic to conventional. We are launching in key dairy regions in France, Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes, Brittany, and Normandy, regions representing 160 million liters of potential milk recovery per year, which equals 6,000 tons of casein powder. We have created a circular and scalable model. This model is based on collecting this milk directly from farms, turning it into casein powder, and sell it to industrial companies. This is not a niche. It's a fast global growing market. And this is just the beginning. The real scale is global. Other countries like Canada, USA, or Netherlands face the same issue: large volume of milk wasted and no solution. Our model is easy to replicate and license, with localized production and centralized sales to industry. Our global vision and long-term vision is to become the leader in milk recovery and upcycling. turning waste into wealth across continents. We have already defined the process, launched the lab testing, partnered with local companies, and we are building the pilot line to confirm clients' formulation and the patent. Now we are raising 150,000 euro pre-seed safe to finalize lab testing and scale the production. We have already the network, the tech, and the traction. All we need is the fuel to scale up. Local milk is not just a sustainability play. It's a global solution for the entire dairy sector and a new gateway to a global market growing from $3 billion a year. Thank you.
Thank you, Laetitia. It's already the last speech of this session, so let's welcome you. You are early, you can come. SAMANJALO, let's go, let's begin.
My name is Prudence Semelane, and I come from a small town in South Africa, Witbank. It's called Emalahleni, and we inherit the name because of the number of power stations that we have. This is our reality. These are the dams that we've got around the area, and our townships are developed out of that. So there are so many things that we have normalized growing up as people who live in Witbank. We normalize the fact that you can see the air that you breathe. We normalize the fact that we have children who are suffering from asthmatic attacks and TB because of pollution. And as you grow, you realize that this normality is not actually right. South Africa is the largest coal producer in the continent. It is the 7th largest in the world. And Mpumalanga, where I come from, and with the power stations that we've got, we are producing about 50 million tons of coal ash on an annual basis, and only less than 10% of that is recycled. We have developed technology in conjunction with one of the leading research institutes in South Africa, a polymer, geopolymer, and with that, we're able to reduce carbon emissions by up to 80%, and we are able to absorb up to 80% of that coal waste into our production process. We believe in this model because we do believe in going green, number one. The world is changing, but the world can't change and leave people behind, particularly communities where that are stuck with all these ash dams and other mineral waste dams that you find in these towns. As soon as evolution and development happens, people back up and go to cities, and the communities around those areas are left to deal with these problems. So we are strong advocates of circular economy. The technology can be used on road infrastructure. It can also be used to construct or to build your water pipe, storm drainage. And we have already started as a business. This is the team that we work with at SAMANJALO. It is a very dedicated team that also employs 13 people on full-time basis. What do we believe in as SAMANJALO? We believe that we can be the industrial hub for this type of technology and industrialization. We believe that we can be a platform that is able to scale this type of a solution to different areas, not necessarily in South Africa, but everywhere else where you find this waste material. The reason that we have partnered with a leading research institute allows us also to provide a platform to in-service training students who are also in that space and wanting to develop more and more technologies around the ash beneficiation. We are raising 11 million over a 3-year period. Our breakpoint for this year is 1.1 million euros. And as I say, we have already started. We are asking you to please support us, because by right, Africa should also be classified as one of the first world countries, given the amount of mineral that we have provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Tladi Mabogoan. Thank you very much. You can stay because it's the Q&A session. Let's welcome the other projects. Maximum, Mycocycle, New, Lucky Milk, SAMANJALO. It's your turn to answer to the question of our jury members. You have a mic? You have a mic too. We have 8 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Dylan, you have the mic. Can you just elaborate a little bit more on your business model? Who do you charge and what do you charge?
Sure. We have 3 revenue streams. One is for the trading business, where we practically connect existing post-industrial e-waste with the refineries like redwood materials. We have a tolling scheme in which we connect post-industrial waste, for example, from electric vehicle manufacturers, with the refineries, and we charge practically for the transboundary movement of these materials and all the permits alongside. And we have a software license for the AI. This will come in 2025.
I have a question for Maximum. 2 questions, actually. First of all, love the chair. Really
Thank
nice. Would love to know what material you've used for this. And secondly, you said 60% of the material is textile waste.
Yes.
I'd love to know about the 40% that you've not mentioned.
So it's first question. The chairs are made out plastic losses from an industrial, and the material, is 70% is textile waste, so post-consumer waste that we sort by colors to color the material, and 30% are the binder, and the binder is also a waste, and it's the waste of paint in powder. Okay, so first the paint is in powder, you apply it on the metallic pieces, and then you put the metallic pieces in an oven, and the paint is melting and becoming very, very, very strong. And so we take the powder and we use it as a binder, we thermo-compress the material, melt the powder and make the
One more question, please. I think you have many competitors in France and in Europe and the rest of the world. What makes you so unique?
It's the binder, because many competitors, many people are trying to make some rigid material with textile waste, but they have to use a binder, and they can put chemical binder, so it's cheap, but the ecological quality is bad, and they can put natural binder, very expensive, so it's the ongoing price on the market is very high. We use waste, so ecologically it's great, and we are paid to take the binder. So the price on the market is very competitive.
Thank you very much.
Maybe for Mycocycle, what is your position in terms of price compared to conventional materials?
Yeah, the question was, what's our position on price compared to competitors? We are competitive today and margin positive. So it might be a small margin, but it's still a margin. We're still processing in a batch process. We're moving to automated facilities as we expand this year. But we can compete readily today. We believe that we'll be able to move up the value chain as we optimize the finished products that we produce and have more of a material focus. So getting into PPX and other conductive plastics that get a higher price point per pound. But today we're selling at 80 cents per pound US, which puts us in a very good position, particularly when we get paid to take the waste, which becomes the feedstock for the bio-based polymer.
Question for Lucky Milk. My question is if you have due diligence, regulatory due diligence with barrier regulatory for products derived from milk waste.
Actually, right now, only regulation for the food industry are clear about not using this waste. But as we are looking for a new sector, specifically non-food sector, we hope that it is not a real barrier. We have to talk more in details with the regulatory administration to ensure that, but right now nothing is written like this.
A question for you, SAMANJALO. What is your name?
Prudence.
Prudence.
I was wondering if you don't have competitors who are trying to extract value also from that waste, especially the large companies in building materials.
Of course, we do. Your cement companies are your competitors, right? But the difference is that with our binder that we are using, we're able to absorb up to 80% of that waste material versus your ordinary binder, which takes up only 30% of that waste material. So they're there, but we still have a competitive advantage over that. Thank you.
2 minutes to go if you want to ask more questions.
Just a question for Lucky Milky. How many liters do you need to create your end product?
For 1 kilo of casein powder is 23 liters of milk.
And do you think it's could be in the future problem to scale up?
Not at all. Our model is based to use existing production line that cooperative already have in place and in use. So our model is based on collaboration and partnership through license or any kind of partnership. In that way, we can reduce cost and we can use already the collect way and the transformation way as well already developed and in place.
One last?
Hey, my question's for SAMANJALO. I was just wondering if you use any kind of coating on the outside of the material, and also what percentage of the material is coal ash?
So you can use it for coating when you're actually producing like your stormwater drainage pipes. And like I said, the percentage of waste material that goes into that production is about 80%, right? So yeah, thank you.
And one last for New. You started in Mexico and Latin America, right? And you are targeting now Europe. How far are you in this journey?
We're going to start delivering printed circuit boards to Germany in August this year. So it's a regulatory aspect. The Basel Convention regulates the prior informed consent mechanism, so that we want to connect practically the German industry located in Mexico with the refineries that are located in Europe.
Thank you very much. And I'll take this. Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, good. Thank you very much to all of you. I think we can indeed congratulate them on their projects. And dear jury, now it's your time to pick your coup de cœur among these 10 projects. You'll have the papers and pens over here. And you'll also have some time in a networking area to discuss further with the pitchers after the session. Thank you everyone for participating in this pitch session around the circular economy. We'll continue in a second with another topic, so you can stay with us. See you in a bit.